Good tax professionals ask good questions. If you are using a paid preparer for the first time or are using a new preparer this filing season, be sure that they have been keeping up with current events. The coronavirus pandemic has resulted in a host of new tax legislation and potential tax issues, and if the preparer you choose works exclusively during tax season as opposed to year-round, they may not be aware of how the new laws and the issues could affect you. At a minimum, your return preparer should be asking the following 6 questions. Did you get your stimulus payments, aka stimulus checks? The amount of your stimulus payments must be reconciled on your 2020 Form 1040 to determine if you qualify for the Recovery Rebate Credit. If you got the right amount of stimulus payments or too much, it does not affect your refund or balance due. If, however, you qualified for stimulus payments but didn't receive them or didn't get the full amount to which you are entitled to based on your 2020 income, any amounts due to you will be reconciled on your return and either refunded to you or applied to your balance due. Are you eligible for the Earned Income Credit (EIC)? If you are eligible for the EIC, your practitioner should be checking to see whether it's more advantageous for you to use your 2020 earned income or your 2019 earned income for the purposes of this credit, as well as for the Child Tax Credit (CTC) if you have a qualifying child. The Taxpayer Certainty and Disaster Tax Relief Act of 2020 extends an earlier lookback provision that states that if your income used to determine the EIC was higher in 2019 than it was in 2020, you can use the higher income if that will result in additional EIC or CTC on your 2020 income tax return. Were you working from home, and if so, for how long? The pandemic resulted in many workers who normally commuted to an office in another state working from a home office in their state of residence. Your preparer should be verifying both your normal work location and your work from home location and should understand the possible nexus issues and filing requirements for each state. Your preparer also needs to understand when home office expenses are deductible if you're self-employed or an independent contractor, and when they are not, you're a regular employee working from home because of the pandemic. If you are an employee and receive a W-2 and your paid preparer is saying you can deduct your home office expenses because of the pandemic or convenience of the employer, find another preparer. Did you receive a Form 1099-G for unemployment compensation? And this year's follow-up questions: did you apply for it, and was it the correct amount? Scammers took advantage of the spike in pandemic-related unemployment to use stolen information to file fraudulent unemployment benefits claims.